Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, Journey to Understand the Bible. I'm your host, Damien. In our last episode, we were going over Genesis 39, where Joseph was sold or was continuing from, I think, Genesis 37, where Joseph was, his brother sold him into slavery, and then he ended up at Potiphar's house. So in Genesis 39, he was helping Potiphar. He became like one of Potiphar's best guys, and he was in charge of everything. But in everything was cool except that his Potiphar's wife was had a crush or something on him and kept trying to get him to sneak behind Potiphar's back and be with her, but he wouldn't do it. So she accused him of trying to do it anyway, and Potiphar had him arrested. And basically, when he was in prison, he just like with Potiphar, he was like the warden's best guy, and he was in charge of everything. And pretty much, like I said, God, whatever Joseph did, God blessed him and blessed everybody around him. And so that's pretty much Genesis 39. So if you guys are ready for Genesis 40, Joseph had interprets two dreams. Sometime later, Pharaoh's chief cupbearer and chief baker offended offended their royal master. Pharaoh became angry with these two officials, and he put them in the prison where Joseph was. In the palace of the captain of the guard, they remained in prison for quite some time, and the captain of the guard assigned them to Joseph, who looked after them. While in prison, while they were in prison, Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker each had a dream one night, and each dream had its own meaning. When Joseph saw them the next morning, he noticed that they both looked upset. "Why do you look so worried today?" he asked them. And they replied, "We both had dreams last night, but no one can tell us what they mean." "Interpreting dreams is God's business," Joseph replied. "Go ahead and tell me your dreams." So the chief cupbearer told Joseph his first dream. "In my dream," he said, "I saw a grapevine in front of me. The vine had three branches that began to bud and blossom, and soon it produced clusters of ripe grapes. It was holding Pharaoh's wine cup in one, and I was holding Pharaoh's wine cup in my hand. So I took a cluster of grapes and squeezed the juice into the cup. Then I placed the cup in Pharaoh's hand. This is what the dream means," Joseph said. "The three branches represent 3 days. Within 3 days, Pharaoh will lift you up and restore you to your position as chief cupbearer. And please remember me and do me a favor when things go well for you. Mention me to Pharaoh, so he might let me out of this place. For I was kidnapped from my homeland, the land of the Hebrews, and now I'm here in prison, but I did nothing to deserve it." When the chief baker saw that Joseph had given the first dream such a positive interpretation, he said to Joseph, "I had a dream too. In my dream, there were three baskets of white pastries stacked on my head. The top basket contained all kinds of pastries for Pharaoh, but the birds came and ate them from the basket on my head. This is what the dream means," Joseph told him. "Three baskets also represent 3 days. 3 days from now, Pharaoh will lift you up and impale your body on a pole. Then birds will come and peck away at your flesh." Pharaoh's birthday came 3 days later, and he prepared a banquet for all of his officials and staff. He summoned the chef cupbearer and the chief baker to join the other officials. He then restored the chief cupbearer to his former position so he could again hand Pharaoh his cup. But Pharaoh impaled the chief baker just as Joseph had predicted when he interpreted his dream. Pharaoh's chief cupbearer however, forgot all about Joseph, never giving him another thought. And that's pretty much how Genesis 40 ended. And so, basically, as a recap, Joseph was had to look over the cupbearer and the baker while because they got in trouble with the Pharaoh and got sent to prison with Joseph. And then once they had a dream, they had these dreams, they didn't understand them. Joseph basically told them what's going to happen, what the dream was meaning, and asked them to not to forget him and tell Pharaoh that he was falsely accused and put in slavery and in prison, and don't forget them whenever they get out of there. And one of them, I mean, he basically interpreted all of their dreams, but then the baker forgot all about Joseph, and that's how the story ended, unfortunately. If you like what you heard and you want to hear Genesis 41, like and subscribe, or keep watching, and I'll keep it going. Bye.